I took a little time off. I shouldn't really be tired, but I was a little tired. We went to the park, went to the batting cages, and had a little lunch. Travis is staying here, and him and Ollie went for a haircut, and I had a little nap, watched the Blue Jays game. So, a little gap between our videos here. We're going to keep going, though. Harrisburn. A lot of good things coming out of Harrisburn. Now, I did say to Harry, geez, there's I want to keep an eye on Barbie's Crown because she's a horse that I wanted weight on her. We got weight on her apparently, and I'd like to get races into her, but it's going to be hard, right? And the timeline is so tight, but nobody knows when they're going to start the OSS up. So it's kind of rattling around in my head. Could I bring her over here, qualify her once or twice, race her once or twice? I mean, it's only a short ship back. I'm going to have to talk to Steve about that. I think now is the time for various reasons. I mean, we can wait the 2.5 weeks for the races to start in Ontario, 3 weeks, or we can take her over next week, qualify her, race her once or twice. Like, I don't think they're going to open up June 3rd and the OSS is going to be June 5th. I think they're going to have to give everybody a couple of weeks. So that's kind of rattling around in my head. But everything else in Harrisburn, you mean the other horse that we're qualifying ready to go, Barbie's a little bit different. You're not going to put her in the same category as Tipsy and Dixie and even Can't Muscle Me. These were horses that, well, maybe Can't Muscle Me, but little bit different situation. She's a bigger, lankier filly, needs some race work into her. I could have actually taken her over here last week, so we'll see. I'm just kicking that one around in my head a little bit. Almost There Boss was very, very good this week, to the point where Johnny said he was good, Jimmy said he was good, Harry said he was good, but then Jimmy put him number 1 overall in Ontario, so he must have looked very, very strong this week. I know Jimmy said he was much more intelligent, behaved, and powerful, which are 3 very important things when we're talking about 2-year-old pacing colts. So Almost There Boss was awesome this week. Barbie's Crown trained good. Said she was running in a little bit. That's not new with her. I talked about what's going on in my head with her. Better Be Sawyer. Funny little tidbit. Both Jimmy and James. Well, I guess Jimmy was the one that saw it. Then James called me about it just a minute ago. Better Be Sawyer's brother by Big Jim, I guess, is an absolute freak of nature. Greg McNair has him. Doug McNair drove him. He's a Big Jim colt. I guess they said he's a little goofy. And they charted him faster than 26, James thought, on the end of it, a mile and 51 or 50 the other night. Said he can absolutely fly, but he's a little bit of a nut bar. So Better Be Sawyer is not like that. Very intelligent filly, does everything perfect, like a true professional as far as how she's done her work. So a little cool fact, though, for those of you out there that are involved with the Better Be Sawyer horse, with the filly, a half brother. I assume it's a 3-year-old because he said it was just qualified. 3-year-old Big Jim colt, and he is something to behold, I'm told. That right. Blue Monk, again, staying ready to go. This is a horse that probably the time off helped. He was right on the fence. If June 3rd had been June 15th, he would be here right now. But it looks like June 3rd they're going to get back to racing in Ontario. That's what we've been led to believe anyway, with the innuendo coming out of the government has been that June 3rd will be the racing date. I hope it is. Mohawk is extremely frustrated over the whole thing, as they should be. The only track, the only place, the only jurisdiction to shut down 3 times. And my frustration is turned to bitter anger over this and over how the government's handled this entire situation. I'm trying my best not to be political. I'm going to leave it alone. But June 3rd, I would hope, would be June 3rd. Brilliant Corners, again, one of our colts. Obviously I don't want to hear about a 3-year-old Big Jim that can fly, because we have a 3-year-old Better Than Cheddar and a 3-year-old Sunshine Beach that I think are quite good. Not quite maybe to the gold standard, but grassroots standard, and this time off in Ontario was just enough to keep them off the track, not enough to get them over here. And I would have loved to see these horses cut loose. Horse like Brilliant Corners racing once or twice at the Meadows. Oh, I would love to do that. But they'll be fresh throughout the rest of 2021 because of this. So we'll get them on the track, and then qualified, get them raced. They're all ready to go. Another horse ready to go. Can't Believe Me. Just watch. She qualified. I qualified her the week before the lockdown. She's ready to go. Don't Believe Me. Don't Believe Me. Just Watch continues to remain ready to go. No Free Lunch. Peanut Butter and Jelly train good again. I didn't get any glowing reports from Peanut Butter and Jelly, but not a single bad report come out of Ontario for anybody. So happy with her. Continue to be happy. Tioga Sunshine's training well still. Continue to be happy with her. Very similar to the horse I'm about to talk about, Tipsy and Dixie. Similar trajectories. Is she gold? Is she grassroots? Gee, she does her work well. Doesn't make too many mistakes. Very similar, both these fillies. So Tioga Sunshine, the 2.0 version maybe of Tipsy and Dixie, as she's a year later, but very similar reports as we had of Dixie heading into her 2020 season. Her 2021 season hasn't started yet. I guess War We Welcome got a little bit of a head start on her, but nevertheless, lots of racing to do all year, and Tipsy and Dixie will be ready to go. Harry looks like he has all his horses. Babies will be ready to go mid-June. All the horses will be ready to go May 20th, May 27th, as I asked, and should be all ready to race on June the 3rd. So that's Harry's Barn. Very happy with Harry's Barn and how they're progressing, what's going on. Barbie's Crown, I'm going to have to make a decision on her in the next couple of days, whether we bring her over here for a little bit. It's just such a short timeline before racing, but we'll see. We'll see. I guess the only thing we, in regards to Steve and I, in regards to Barbie, would be the shipping there and back. So we'll see how that plays out over the next week or so. So that is Harry's Barn. Back in a minute. Still got Tim, Mario, Jason. Lots to talk about. Be back in just a minute.